Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And I am your host, Ayanna Smith. And I am so excited to have you viewing and watching our show tonight because you are in for a treat. I want to do a quick recap, okay, for those of you all who coming into the room, coming into this broadcast and watching it. You don't want to miss this. You're going to be in for a treat this wonderful evening. Yes, you're going to be in for a treat. And I'm excited as we get ready to get everything moving, jumping, going, and flowing. I want to do make sure you call some people in to the room this evening so that they can get ready to hear all of the good things we have going on Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. You don't want to miss this, so let's jump on in. All right. Of course, again, I said my name is Ayanna Smith, and we're going to get our show topic going and flowing this evening. So make sure, please, you add some people in to this broadcast. We on this Money Talks with Ayanna Smith, Ayanna Smith, Ayanna Smith. Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. And listen, if you are ready to save money, you are ready to grow your money, I need you to type save in the comments because this is being led and pushed by the save framework. We're looking at our save framework and we want to make sure that we are understanding what it is, what we are going to do, and how we're going to do it to get our money growing and flowing and moving. Okay. So here we are. We're pushing this over to make sure that you like, comment, and share, and you share this out with people. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at the Ayanna Smith that you're viewing. And also, we are going to be live on Facebook as well. So make sure that you share out the live right now, and we're going to get started and get moving. So have you shared out the live yet? Have you shared it out? I hope you will share it out very, very soon. Please, please, please share it out. Share it out, share it out. All right. So here we go. So last week we talked about we're looking at 10 pillars of savvy money tips. And of course, we're not going to get through all of the 10 clips or the tips. Let me say that we're not going to get through all of the tips, but we will share them in clips and in a manner that we'll be able to take it in bite sizes. Okay. So last week we talked about those 10 money tips, savvy money tips, and we started out with, of course, you can't do anything without looking at and acknowledging mindset. Where am I? Where do I sit when I think about money? Do I deserve it? Am I supposed to have it? And the answer is yes. If we do the things, the basic things, the fundamental principles of sowing and reaping and doing what we need to do, we will have we will have the abundance that we are supposed to walk into. Okay. And so with that, we're going to look at a few things as a recap. Last week we talked about this, make sure we're looking right here, going where we need to go. And we're going to flow that way and keep this thing moving and shaking because I am so excited. I am so excited. I'm so excited. Now let me help you to clear out some doubt and all that good stuff. If you are ready to, and I'm just going to jump to the end. If you're ready to take action, then you need to type action in the comments, okay? If you're ready to, if you've written down your goals, type vision. If you're ready to become your own bank, type access. We have vision, access, and of course, zero. If you want to grow with no risk, no loss, type zero. So let's get started. So when we looked at last week, okay, just to break out, looking at our save framework, that's secure, access, value, and exit. So we're going to tie it in with the save fundamentals, okay, and with the savvy money tips. So as we get going, we're going to look at it this way. With our savvy money tips, we have a few things that we want to cover. So with that, let us get moving with our with our notes here. So you don't think I'm not paying you any attention. Want to make sure that I'm saying the correct things and that we get moving quickly. And I thank you so much for always joining in. I thank you. Oh my goodness. I really thank you all for the shift. And we had to shift anytime, any dates, and you all have shifted with me. I appreciate it sincerely. Appreciate it. Yes, I do. So let's look at our first thing as we jump on in. Our first act, well, first, let's say first acts of the Savvy Money Tips. We're going to look at, of course, last week we set the stage with the first two pillars, and the first two pillars of our 10-part Savvy Money series were here. If you missed it, here's the bottom line. Know your worth was number one. We started here because wealth begins between the ears. Like I said, you have to get the mindset together. You have to believe that you're capable, that you're worthy of abundance. And as we discussed, God has already given us the ability to obtain wealth. We just have to step into that authority. So if you're ready to step into that authority, type step in the comments. Are you ready to step? Are you ready to step? Then number two was set clear financial goals. Now I did do a challenge, and I want to know who jumped in to do that challenge. When I shared that in the challenge, I want you to tally up those swipes, those cards that we're swiping, and face the buying habits. Face our buying habits. We talked about silencing that overspending, those overspending voices to just jump in and impulse buy. Sometimes I am guilty of it, and I'm just like, why did I get that? Let me send that right back. I don't need it. I can make it without it. And getting their mindset under control. So tonight's focus, we're looking at pillars 2 and 3, of course. We're going to bridge that gap between 2 and 3, or well, between 2 going to 3. And we're going to look at a deep dive in setting a clear path on the how. So I want to challenge, talk about that challenge. Who in the audience tallied those expenses? Did you see where the leaks are? If you did that, do you see where the leaks are? And if you haven't done it and you're listening and listen to the recap and the replay, tally your expenses. Tally your expenses. Tally your expenses. Tally those swipes. Tally those swipes. Tally those swipes. Tally them. Are they mindless swipes or are they mindful swipes? Have you budgeted for them? Do you know how much things are going to cost? Is it something that just arose, came up out of the blue? You let me know. Or you let me know. That's a private conversation, but you can let me know in the direct messaging. What did you find? Did you find your leaks? Then the action. It isn't enough to just want more money. We have to have a target. I tell you every day, I'm just like, you know what? I need more money. I need to get some things, more things in order, but I have to sit down and target. How am I going to do that? What streams of income do I already have that will provide me the opportunity to get that cash flow up, moving, and going? Then I have to make sure that I name it, because you don't want to just have a target for money and then don't have anywhere for it to go. So like you hear, and sometimes in the corporate arena, you want to earmark it. You want to make sure that it is going to a set place at a set time. And then you're going to look at, well, how am I going to get there? How am I going to strategize my plan, get my plan in place, a strategy, so I can strategize the direction I need the money to go, that I am targeting, that I actually need. Okay. So looking at this, here's the strategy. Write it down. If it's not on paper, it's just a wish. What's written down helps you to make it really real. It helps you make it real. What's written is going to be real. You can see it, you can say it, you can hold it, you've written it out with your hands. I always talk about the three types, main styles of learning. We have auditory, listening; visual, seeing; and then the kinesthetic, the writing. And something about that writing, it helps to lock those goals and those targets in. It does work. It helps you when you actually put pen to paper and make those lines and circles and all that good stuff to connect with what you're seeing, what you're saying, and then what you have written. Okay. Now, the mindset, you're going to silence the urge to overspend by keeping the big goal. The big goal. Some of the big goals, we would say, well, what are some of our big goals? Retirement, legacy, and freedom. Let's say those big goals: retirement, legacy, and freedom. They are louder and should be yelling louder than the small want, which is also known as the impulse buy. Even a pack of gum can be an impulse buy if it wasn't calculated and tabulated into your bottom line. So let's make sure that we pay attention to that. So that's the part of the refocusing that connected with last week's talk to this week's talk of Money Talks with Ayanna Smith. Okay, now new focus. Here we are, new focus. Pillar number three. Pillar number three. We have to have a perspective shift. Okay, so we're going to set our goals. We're going to make sure that the goals are written down. We're going to make sure that we're looking at the big goals, keeping those in mind, with retirement, legacy, and freedom. And then we can have some subtitles that we can put under there. But let's do the overarching umbrella. This is the called designed teacher that I am, to educate, looking at those big umbrella, like looking at like an umbrella you actually hold in your hand, and it has those ripples. Think about you putting retirement on one, legacy on the other one, freedom on the other, and you're underneath those three, underneath that big umbrella. So now our new focus: practice this, practice this. You may say, well, what does this have to do with that? Everything. Just like mindset has to do with money. Number three, pillar number three, we're going to practice mindset, a mindset shift, to make sure that we are practicing gratitude. We are practicing gratitude. So here's the perspective shift with this. Gratitude is the antidote to the poverty mindset. Say it with me. Gratitude is the antidote, the answer, the cure to the poverty mindset. When you are grateful, for example, for the $100, $200, $300, $400, $500 in your hand, you become a better steward over time for the 10,000, for the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100,000 coming your way and up. Why? Because you cannot build a life you love if you hate the life you have. Do you hear me? You cannot build a life you love if you hate the life you currently have. You can't build it. Gratitude keeps you grounded while you're reaching for those clear financial goals, while you're going through the peaks and the valleys, the ups and the downs. the skinning you need, the cleaning you need off, the celebrations, some of the disappointments. Gratitude keeps us grounded, centered, focused, and ready for the next. So that's hitting those clear financial goals. The grounding needs to happen through gratitude. So now here's the integration of it. You can't have a clear goal if you're constantly looking at what you lack. Here's one of the better examples I can give and provide for people who drive. Do you get the broader picture looking through the front of the car, the mirror, the big window in the over the dashboard, or do you get a better view by looking at the rear view mirror, which is giving you the view of where you just passed by, walked through, ran through, drove through, what's behind you? The larger picture is in front of you. What you are seeing in front of you, headed down the highway, headed down the road, is far greater than what you see in that little rear view mirror, which is giving you history. Yes, we need to focus on it, but we're not focusing on it when we're trying to drive the car forward by looking in the rear view mirror of things that are back there. So tonight we're going to talk about how being thankful for your current seed allows you to grow your future harvest. Say it with me. We're going to talk about how your current seed, being thankful for that current seed, allows you to grow your future harvest, the harvests that are coming up. So grab your notebooks. We're going from counting pennies to counting blessings and building wealth. And as I say about building wealth, I'm going to insert really here, really quick. Know that you remember my book, Building Wealth. Get your copy. Get your copy. You want a copy? I can send you the link in the direct message me so you can get your copy of Building Wealth. Yeah, bless somebody with it. Okay, so Building Wealth, and that included 4 other ladies, so 5 of us collabed on this book, and it just gives a vast mindset shift on to talking about protecting yourself and covering yourself and building wealth through life insurance, building funding in your businesses, and just good money practices. So call to action, grab your notebooks, and we're going from counting pennies to counting blessings and building wealth. Okay, so here we are. Quick, as we look at the countdown here, we're going to know that our professional people, our entrepreneurs, our educators, you are in one of the better positions where you have been working hard and doing what you need to do. So focusing in on those great things we're looking at. Let's see, we said that we're going to focus on the SAVE program, the SAVE framework, I would say, the SAVE framework to get us to our next, okay? We have our SAVE framework. And so I want to go over that with you before we wrap up. And let's get this so that, remember, we can go back to our focus on gratitude and focus on setting those big goals, all right? So our SAVE framework begins with a strategy. So you have a clear strategy, a written plan, a good steward over what you have now, focusing in on that. Then you go to your action, taking that first step, assessing where you are, assessing where your money is actually going. That's that challenge that I gave. Get that challenge about your swiping and paying for things. Is it a calculated buy or is it an impulse buy? And then the V, value, knowing your worth and aligning your spending with your long-term vision. That goes back to that budgeting and that goal setting. And what did we say those big goals were? Well, we're looking at the big goals. We're looking at the big goals. We're looking at the big goals that included the retirement, right? That included that retirement. That included, what else did it include? Who can remember? What else did it include? Legacy, leaving a legacy. And sometimes we want to say, oh, just let somebody else worry about it. That's not the legacy we want to leave. Whether it is positive, negative, or somewhere in between, there will be some things remembered and said about us that we want to make sure that we've done all we can do to make sure that we've done all we can do. Okay? And then that other big goal, that our overarching umbrella, freedom. Freedom. We want freedom to come out of debt. We want freedom to build our wealth. We want freedom to come out of a poverty mindset. We want freedom to accept more as we are targeting to get more. Let's say that again. We want to get our mindset together so we can accept more so that we can get more. And then have a place to earmark it and target it and tell the money where the money needs to go. Talk to that money, tell money where you want it to go, call that money forth, tell them you need that money, and then you tell that money where it needs to go. Okay, what it needs to do. All right. And then our E, education, empowerment, investing in yourself. We have to invest in ourselves, whether it be through books, through coaches, and through money talks. That's where I come in to help you to get to and through and go over. We do a 15-minute assessment, and then we determine what are the next steps. Where do we need to go? We need to do some sessions on breaking down how we can get this SAVE framework to work for us and move us in the direction where we can find the leaks, and then we can start building our adding on to our portfolios and looking at and recalibrating what we already have. Because here's the thing, we're not walking around here without anything. For the most part, we have some things, whether it's from our jobs, from our entrepreneurial activities and business acumen that we've built up and gotten money, or if it is an inheritance. All those things matter, and they all need to be earmarked and directed so they can grow even more. Yeah, and not just go to the wayside. So I want you all to think about this SAVE framework as a guide for your mind, like a safety net for the concept in your mind, and knowing that yes, you can pull things in. Because here's my thing, it's about, to me, more than the numbers. It's about the SAVE, and we're here to help you with my company, here to help you secure your future. Another spin on it. Secure your future. Want you to secure your future. Want you to act with intention. Want you to validate your worth. And most of all, educate your mind. And if you are ready, now let's look at this. Okay, if you have 2 minutes, let me know what those letters stand for. Do you have it? Secure. You think about the S. A, act with intention. V, validate your worth. E, educate your mind. Reshape those mindsets. Validate your worth. Yes, you're worthy to have wealth, riches. Act with intention in getting it. Earmark that money. Secure your future, because our future is yet being built and coming every day. Every day that goes by is now our past, and every day that we're walking forward is our future. So we want to make sure that we have this, that we are locked in, that we are ready to secure access value, and then we will have a great exit with those retirement free accounts and all those things of that nature, solidifying our legacy, making sure that we are on point and going in the right direction. So with the recap, looking at as we talked about those financial goals and that big overarching umbrella that we wanted to hit, our main thing with our things with our retirement, our legacy, and what else did we say? Our retirement, our legacy, and what else did we pull out under our big umbrella? In the big umbrella, we said what? Our retirement, our legacy, and of course our freedom. Retirement, legacy, freedom. The louder the louder we get that, the more we can silence that voice and say, oh, you're not ready. Yes, we're going to be ready and we're going to stay ready. So as we wrap up looking at the SAVE framework, make sure that we secure that what we are going to secure, have our strategy, action, value, education. So we can secure all of it, secure all of our future. And if you are ready to get moving, get pushing, get hopping, however you want to say it, please drop save in the comments. Drop save in the comments. And then I can know then that will give me an indication that I need to show you how, and we'll connect with a 15-minute strategy call, discovery call to get things on point with our SAVE framework. This is Ayanna Smith with Monday Talks with Ayanna Smith, and I am excited to have spoken and had a great time with you this evening, and look forward to hearing more from you, seeing more for you, and seeing you do big things, because money is always talking, even if we aren't talking about it. But on this side of Money Talks, we're going to talk about money, because when you talk about it, you can dispel all the myths about it. So I will see you in these money streets soon. I'm just a little text, phone call away. Look forward to seeing everybody and hearing from you. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week and evening, and be great and put your SAVE framework into action.